My colleague stole my project idea and presented it as his own but didn't realize I had all the email receipts. Yesterday, I finally got justice in the most satisfying way. For context, I am a 27-year-old woman working in product development at a tech company. I've been here for 3 years and despite consistently exceeding targets, I've watched male colleagues with less experience get promoted ahead of me. It's frustrating but unfortunately not surprising in this industry. 6 months ago, I developed an idea for streamlining our customer support system using AI integration. The current system was a mess, inefficient, expensive, and hated by both our staff and customers. I spent weeks researching, creating mock-ups, and running preliminary cost analyses on my own time. When I finally had something solid, I scheduled a meeting with my manager Eric. The day before my presentation, Eric had to reschedule due to a family emergency. No problem, these things happen. I sent him my presentation slides and executive summary via email with a note saying I was looking forward to rescheduling. 2 weeks passed with no mention of rescheduling. Then came the monthly department meeting where Greg, a colleague who joined 6 months after me but was already a senior developer, unveiled his brilliant new initiative peer to my exact proposal with minimal changes. Even the mock-up screens were identical to mine, just with different colors. I sat there frozen as everyone praised his innovation. When I finally found my voice and said, "This looks exactly like the proposal I sent Eric 2 weeks ago," Greg laughed it off saying, "Great minds think alike, I guess." Eric avoided eye contact with me completely. After the meeting, I asked Eric directly about it. He stammered something about Greg's approach being more comprehensive and market-ready. When I pointed out they were practically identical, he suggested I should be more of a team player and that the company's success is what matters, not individual credit. I was furious but knew I needed to be strategic. I documented everything. My original emails with timestamps, my research notes dated weeks before Greg's presentation, and even tracked down colleagues who had seen me working on the mock-ups. I also reached out to our ADER representative Sarah, who seemed sympathetic but told me there wasn't much she could do without clear evidence of deliberate misconduct. So I waited for 6 months. I watched as Greg received accolades for his innovative solution. He even got a bonus and was put in charge of the implementation team, a team I wasn't invited to join, despite being the original creator. The project eventually hit implementation roadblocks because, surprise, surprise, Greg didn't actually understand some of the core technical concepts underlying my proposal, but instead of asking for help, he kept digging himself deeper. Yesterday was the quarterly review with our executive board where Greg was scheduled to explain why the project was 3 months behind schedule. An hour before the meeting, I received an email from Eric asking if I could help Greg clarify some technical details. I replied that I'd be happy to present directly to the board about my project. Eric called me immediately, panic in his voice. "Let's not make this personal," he said. "It became personal when my work was stolen," I replied calmly. "I'll be at the meeting." I walked into that boardroom with every receipt, a detailed timeline of my original concept, the emails, the dated mock-ups, and testimonials from 3 colleagues confirming they had seen me working on this months before Greg's revelation. The board was stunned. The CTO asked Greg directly if he had stolen my work. His face went white, then red. Then he tried to claim we had collaborated early on. That's when I produced the email where he had specifically told another colleague he had come up with this concept independently. By the end of the meeting, Greg was removed from the project, and I was put in charge of implementation with a promotion to senior executive rep and a team of my choosing. Eric is now under investigation by HR for his role in the situation. The cherry on top, Greg has to sit through a company-wide presentation next week, where I'll be introduced as the original creator of the project. Sometimes playing the long game is the only way to win.